everyone. So we are Gina and Daniela, for two professors. I want to say professors for those who don't know us. We are the last group, number 6. We wanted to remind you that we started off this run of presentations talking about green ships. We're going to be closing up with the current development of green ports. Now, throughout this presentation, we are going to be giving a brief definition about what green ports are. We're also going to be giving an introduction. We are also going to be talking a little bit about automated container terminals and how they relate to this issue. Now, after this, we're going to be giving a couple of characteristics of green ports, mainly in terminals. And next on, we are going to be talking about what ports are actually doing, because as we know, automated container terminals are a very expensive project to complete in a port. So ports nowadays are basically developing steps towards a more sustainable environment throughout the port. Now, this is where we're going to be talking about a manifestation of environmental protection that ports and other pollutants are doing to make this process a little better for the environment. And we're going to be also giving a conclusion. Now, I want to start by explaining just a little bit of what green ports are, and they basically represent a model of a sustainable port development that not only meets the demands of the environment, but it also increases a port's economic interest. Now, with the development of environmental laws and with rising public awareness of environmental issues such as rising temperatures or global warming as we know it, and resource depletion, ports are jumping abroad, so to say, on a more sustainable development. Now, the significance of the maritime shipping industry in going green is very impactful to the environment, as it handles more than 85%, more or less 85% of global trade volumes. Now, so more importantly, the main contributor of pollution comes from shipping traffic within a port and port operations. Now, therefore, there's a shift to the key players of pollution that in the maritime transport industry, they contribute to sustainability, and this goes from shipping lines to port authorities and port operators. Now, as we can see here from a sustainability perspective, a port should manage and balance 3 bottom lines, which namely are an economic prosperity, a social well-being, as well as a environmental quality. And an important step that ports must take into account is also, or maybe not step, but a point to recruit, to get, is to attract and retain customers who value a sustainable development or sustainability. Now, automated container terminals, like we can see here, to achieve the goal of a more sustainable port, practices, or environments, automated container terminals are very important for this to happen. Now, what I mean with this is that, or what does container terminal automation exactly mean? Automation involves, as we can see here, the use of mechanic, hydraulic, pneumatic, electric, electronic, and computerized elements or systems to control equipment and processes. Now, it is only possible given that there is a systematic and repeated process that not only abides by rules but also conditions that can be identified or programmed. Now, this covers both the field instrumentation for data gathering, and also the management of that data, and as well as the control of operations. Now, we can categorize automated container terminals into two, which these are fully automated container terminals and semi-automated container terminals. Now, when the stacking, an example of a fully automated terminal would be when the stacking yard and horizontal transfers between the quay and the yard are all automated. The container terminal is considered to be fully automated. Now, when automation has begun from the stacking yard but has not reached the quay all along in one process, is considered to be semi-automated. And we still can see manned operations in a semi-automated container terminal. But one challenge for these is the increased ship sizes, or mega ships as they are called. Port infrastructures, because port infrastructures are being forced to develop and improve in order to meet these demands required for receiving mega ships. Now, automation would help. Some benefits that automated container terminals is that automation would help avoid port congestions. It would also help decrease port storage charges. It would also help with demurrage and detention, amongst many other benefits. Now, although the initial investments, like we mentioned before, for an automated container terminal is very expensive, it is worth basically the future cost reductions that it will bring, as well as the health of the environment, where furthermore, due to the heightened concern for our climate in recent times, ports are being pressured to basically transform themselves, and also pressured to reduce emissions where possible. Now, automated container terminals it basically helps reduce the shipping industry's carbon footprint by maximizing efficiency. And one example of this would be optimizing route planning, which prevents empty runs by AGVs or automated guided vehicles. And the automated container terminals would not only help with the port's handling processes, but also to reduce its carbon emissions up to 10%. Now, this is more of a theoretical presentation, because there's a lack of, there's only, as we can see here right now, fully automated container terminals. We can only find 2 in Germany and Holland, and maybe 4 or 5 semi-automated container terminals. So data is very little for us to develop. So this is more of a theoretical side of the presentation. Next on, we are going to be talking a little bit about, or show you a little bit about, the characteristics of a green port.
Some characteristics of green port that we can find in container terminal. There will be automated low-emission transport vehicle and loading electric yard cranes and the electric dock crane automatic mooring system to reduce the vessel idle. And next, we were talking about the manifestation of environmental protection from ports and other pollutants. Take Kaohsiung Port for example. There are the air pollution in the Kaohsiung Port mainly includes the nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide and the suspended particulate. Ocean-going ships are the biggest contributor of the pollutant emission, followed by the import ships, heavy-duty vehicles, and stevedoring equipment. Pollutants from ocean-going ships are mainly derived from emission caused by the fuel combustion of the boiler and engines when such ships are approaching and burst in the port, thereby generating sulfur dioxide as the primary pollutant. Pollutant from heavy-duty vehicle is mainly caused by engine idling during the freight handling. Therefore, to reduce the pollution and the greenhouse gas emission, the Kaohsiung branch of TIPC has focused on promoting eco-friendly practice among incoming ships and freight forwarder, improving handle equipment and decreasing substances produced during handling and controlling transportation vehicles. Currently, 10 air quality monitoring stations are set up in the Kaohsiung Port, among which 3 are located in the Construction Development District, and the 7 is Operation District. The monitoring items include the total suspended particles, particulate matters, fine suspended particles, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and the ozone. These indicators are monitored quarterly. In addition, 2 monitor stations are established in the neighboring area of the Kaohsiung Port. And next, I will introduce the preventing emission from the cargo handling operation. The Kaohsiung Port manager thus generating from bulk cargo handling operation at bulk and general cargo terminal by putting those nets, swiping and cleaning the tree, and deploying mixed cannon vehicle. At wharf number 49, a covered warehouse is installed to control stevedoring, inducing suspendedly cold particles. Next, I'll talk about the land mobile pollution source control. They advise shipping lines to have their truck to join the diesel vehicle self-management program and encourage stevedoring company to shift to electric and hybrid machinery. Currently, 63 of 69 roadways in and out of Kaohsiung Port are installed with the automatic gate in 3 ports. Next, I will talk about water mobile pollution source control. Regarding the management of ship emission, there are mainly 2 types of pollution, air and waste air. So the Kaohsiung branch of TIPC have endeavored to promoting the use of the low pollution practices. Currently, there are 17 valves installed with low voltage shore power and 7 installed with high voltage shore power. And here's our column. Along with all of these, along with promoting that the vessel speed reduction, use of the low pollution fuel, good management of dangerous cargo, practice good port development strategy, solar power systems, monitoring and reducing sand-made pollution, brownfield remediation, enhance community relation and habitat restoration, greenhouse gas management plans. And here comes our conclusion. To practice environmental protection and reduce the environmental impact of port operation, port set increasing energy use efficiency as one of the top environmental objectives. Ports continue to promote resource usage reduction control in the port area by reducing resource consuming and greenhouse gas generation. These are increasing concern on the environmental impact of the port operation and development due to the past global issues such as climate change and energy conservation. Like we said before, from the sustainability preservation approach to manage and balance the economy prosperity, social well-being, and environmental quality. So formulating a green pearl marketing is fulfill the economic, social, and environmental objective that will guide a port towards sustainable development and growth. Thank you for your listening.
You are the last group, right? And you spend a lot of time to get this information and also the graphs, but you have the same you made the same mistake that previous group that on your presentation the text font size too small. Even I see in the very first slide, I hardly can read your text, and too much text on your slide, or almost every slide you have too much text. But we will go through the first few slides. Okay, this one. The characteristic of the green ports, and you have the main points of the green ports and also some pictures related to it, but you want us to read by ourselves. I would suggest you to point out some of your outlines here, and then contents, and then related to any of the pictures, because you got many pictures to support your content, but you need to explain a little bit. It's too much pictures and the text on the same slide, so you need to spend a little bit time to explain it, okay? And for the next, also, if you have a lot, you go to the next and the next. The one you compare you explain the fully automatic and semi-automatic. That one, this one, the category. See, you have fully automatic terminal and the semi-automatic terminal. I'm not sure. These three graphs is related to fully automatic or semi-automatic. So maybe you can separate this slide into two slides, okay? Put one slide to explain fully automatic terminal and the other one semi-automatic terminal, and then it's easier for us to understand.
Yeah, these are, these three pictures are mostly generic pictures, or general pictures of ports, because we couldn't find any actual fully automated terminal pictures and actual semi-automated terminal pictures, so we just decided to just put pictures of general terminals to sort of, just to show the audience what a terminal actually is, but not exactly a fully automated, since we don't have an access to photographs of, like I said, fully automated terminals and semi-automated terminals. And because of this, because fully automated, we only have 2 terminals in the world that are fully automated,
Okay.
which are in Germany and the Netherlands, and
Okay.
only a few, very few semi-automated container terminals. So it was very, very hard, almost impossible to actually find pictures of these particular terminals. So we just decided to throw some terminals, like general terminal pictures in this slide.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
I do get your
You say that there's only 2 fully automated.
fully automated
Yeah,
container
right. You
terminals.
just put those 2 terminals, to support your fully automatic terminal. Okay. And then the rest will be semi-automatic.
Yes, I do get what you're saying, and I did try to find some CTA and ECT terminal photographs, but it was mainly just a ship docked, which doesn't really tell that much of the terminal itself. So, but yeah, I do get what you're saying for future reference. Thank you.
And for Gina, right? Gina, and will you go to the slide about Kaohsiung Port procedure for a cleaner environment? That one. Yeah, this slide, you got too much information on one slide. Too much. So, and I would suggest you to just like the previous one.
Separated
Separated,
slides.
separated, and then related to your content with your slide. Like if you have the caption under the graph, like the automatic spraying system, and those text are too small.
Yes. Actually, because we went into the Kaohsiung Port website and we got these images from there.
Oh, you took this by yourself?
Yeah. No. We went to the Kaohsiung Port website. They make an annual
website.
report.
Okay.
Yes, they have an annual report of their procedures for a cleaner environment, and we got these pictures from that report that they uploaded in their website. Sorry, I forgot to put the references, but this is where we got all this information. All these steps are officially what the Kaohsiung Port is doing, and these are the pictures that they actually put on the website, so for public access. And as well, and also due to reasons out of our control, we couldn't get, because we were told to choose these topics from Professor Yang's lectures, but sadly we couldn't get a lecture for this topic because it was holiday. So we had to come up with, had to build everything ourselves. And yeah, these pictures are the ones that we got from the website of the Kaohsiung Port.
Okay, thank you. So I thought you choose the topic by yourself.
We choose the topics by ourselves, but just the topics that Professor Yang pointed to us.
Okay.
Yes, can be any topic.
Okay. You done spend a lot of time, a lot of effort for this presentation. Okay. You can do it better, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to compliment some of your slides, and there's some techniques, especially on this slide. Okay, when you talk about this slide, there are actually 3 main topics. Okay, the port, the land, and the water. right? So, in my opinion, no, when you crop this picture, okay, when you extract this picture from the pamphlet, you just extract the whole thing, is it?
The whole part?
Yeah, the whole screen
No,
that
no,
you
no.
took it. No.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
No, no, no. This slide was made by us.
Oh,
We
okay.
only extracted these pictures.
Oh, okay, we extract the pictures. Okay, so
No, just
okay,
these
thank you.
pictures.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
So
No, no, no.
in this case, no, because I thought the text was also part of the picture that extracted from.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
It's just
Okay, in this case, no, let's go back to the slides first. Function 4 on top, the first part of the keyboard. Okay, go back. Okay, in this case, since you just crop the, you just extract the pictures
yes.
instead of the whole screen.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I would suggest you just use each picture in one topic instead of put 4 in them, because when you talk about land and we don't know where you relate it to or which picture related to it, as Dr. Huang has mentioned. Mostly, Dr. Huang already mentioned my question. In addition to that, the linear. Yeah, the linear. Okay, because your English is very good, so it is I have to put a little bit a notch, a little bit higher on you. Are you aware you have a filler now? Are you aware when you say now?
Now.
Yeah, are you aware in between the words you're saying now? Are you aware of that? No, you're not.
No.
Okay, this is what we call a filler. When we think out loud. So some people will say, some people will say, but your filler is now. So pay attention to that. Try to get rid of it. Just when you think, close the mouth and start thinking. Because your English you are capable of doing this. So I use Toastmasters level on you. Okay, and hopefully that might help you in the future.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
And overall, this is a very good presentation. You can improve on your slides. There's some things maybe in the future you will be aware of. And again, as I said, less is more. When you design your slide or your presentation, on the slide where you show it, when less is more. Mostly, the reason we do presentation is to communicate what we want to tell my audience. We don't have to give them the whole picture, but give them the reference. If they want to know the whole picture, they can read themselves. A presentation is a thriller. It's a commercial thriller. It's for you to market your idea. Overall, it's a very, very good presentation. Thank you all very much.
So the
Yes.
so for future reference, are
Like
these
something like this, you don't need a green part.
okay?
You didn't mention anything about it. Okay, next.
Oh my, I did.
You did, then, no, enlarges and, excuse me, itemize. Especially on that slide, some of the emission gas, CO2, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, itemize it instead of putting it in a sentence. But these pictures enlarge it, this, okay. On top, you see, the next slide, there's a slide showing reduce, here, okay. You see all these chemicals, total
Yeah.
supplement particle, TSP, PM10, PM110, itemize it, point, bullet,
Okay.
okay?
So it's good to get feedback like this.
Okay,
We
thank
don't
you.
usually get feedback like this ever. So thank you.
Okay. Anything I can help, be your service. I'll be your service anyone call me. Yeah.
Thank you.
And